Ladies and gentlemen, the next and final award tonight is the Lifetime Achievement Award. And it's one that isn't given very often from the Chamber because it's reserved for those who have given so much of their life to the community and to the Chamber of Commerce. Tonight, I cannot think of anyone more deserving of this award than the woman we are honoring tonight, Ira Mae Bruce. Due to health reasons, Ira Mae can't join us tonight, but her family's here, and her Century 21 family is here, and we are so honored. Navarre is a special place that has seen magnificent growth over the past decades, but it was a very different community 40 years ago. In many ways, it was barely a community at all. Navarre was simply the intersection of US Highway 98 and State Road 87, with a few homes in between. In an interview with Navarre Press a while back, Ira Mae said, "Navarre was a tiny community with only a few small family businesses. Traffic on Highway 98 was sparse, and the saying was, you can shoot a gun down 98 and never hit a car." Despite the lack of infrastructure, some astute individuals like Ira Mae and her business partner at that time, Jerry Wilk, saw potential. They opened Island View Realty more than 40 years ago, and it has become what we now know as Century 21 Island View Realty. And the stars would align, and in 1982, Bill Babiak would join Ira Mae as a partner in the business. Bill said, early on, Ira Mae and I sat down and said, if we're going to build a successful business in Navarre, we're going to have to help build the community. And that's what they set out to do, and they did. Over the years, Ira Mae was involved in shaping the community in so many ways. Instead of complaining about problems, she rolled up her sleeves and she went to work. She was the first woman ever to be elected a Santa Rosa County Commissioner. She served two terms from 1990 to 1998. In 1992 and 96, she was selected to be their chairman of the board. She served as vice president of the Regional Utilities Authority. She was chairman of the board for the Navarre Beach Area Chamber of Commerce. She served as president of the Navarre Area Board of Realtors, and she was a recipient of the Becky Evans Award. Ira Mae also was chairman of the Santa Rosa County Local Planning Board. She was a member of the Navarre Rotary Club, the West Florida Regional Planning Council, and served on the Santa Rosa County Tourism Development Council. From helping to get the first traffic light, to advocating for zoning laws, to arguing for traffic improvements, she stepped up and stepped in. She spearheaded the effort to make calling Pensacola, Fort Walton, and Milton a local call instead of long distance. Believe it or not, it was long distance to call there years ago. On the TDC board, she was there from the very beginning and for at least 15 years after that. She was instrumental in helping to get the bike walking path on Navarre Beach, the Nature Walk. We couldn't present this award without speaking with a couple of important people in her life. So please enjoy this brief video of their words this evening. Why do you think that she is so deserving of this award?
I think her dedication to the people of this community and wanting them and their kids and their kids' kids to have a future here. To not to feel that you had to leave Navarre and Holly in order to have a good life.
She carried on the business and the development that her father and uncle had started. And of course their heritage dates back to the days of the ox carts and the trip to Fort Walton by horseback and the building of the bridge across the East River.
What charmed you about her?
Well, we met, believe it or not, in a singles club, but we met, and so the first year we got to know each other, and then the second year was when we started dating. Then we dated for 10 years before we got married. She and I became best friends, and that was, you know, after we became best friends, we fell in love with each other. So, and she's still my best friend.
Ira Mae has deep, deep roots in the community and in Northwest Florida because of it.
You can imagine being raised by her and both being red-headed. We've had discussions in this office, and when we finished, everybody was standing outside. Never meant we didn't love each other, we just had a difference of opinion. Couldn't imagine being raised by anybody else.
We became business partners when she outbid me and outbeat me actually on a transaction on Navarre Beach. And there was only one little gas station and a few other little small businesses. There wasn't really much here. So Ira Mae and I started having lunch every day, and in order to grow our business, we soon realized we were going to have to grow the community.
At Hurricane Opal, her and Gaius's home was severely damaged, so she moved in with me and Gaius and my wife and their dog. It was one thing to have your mother living with you because her home was damaged. It's another to have your boss living with you. So I was up on the beach prior to sunrise, walking, taking pictures, inventorying damage to units, so I was in bed early. I would get up every morning to find legal pads at my home office with everything I should be working on that day. And she always found pads, no matter where I managed to stash them.
One of the first experiences I had with Ira Mae in that business, in that I was out here visiting her, and a lady from Memphis, Tennessee, which I went to school at, came in irate as all get out. Now, my personality, I would have been back up in her face, but Ira Mae just sat there and listened to her, and she let her vent for however long, and when she finished, she looked up at her and said, "Well, how can we make it right?"
I don't know of one other individual in this part of the country that has been so dedicated to the world around her. She raised a family as a single person for the most of her life. Wasn't afraid to do anything. She fried chicken in the little restaurant they had here. She got up at 3 o'clock in the morning to come down and get the restaurant open, and make sure that somebody would show up to cook, and if they didn't, she pitched in and did it herself. She just knew hard work and wasn't afraid of it. Did whatever was required. She could meet with the governor in the morning and be sweeping the floors if it was necessary in the evenings. I mean, that was just the kind of person she was.
She made sure that me and my sister lacked nothing growing up, even if it meant her going without.
Do you still find those qualities in her?
Absolutely. You can have conversations with her, and while she does drift, and I miss the woman she used to be, there's enough of her there that she's still mom in every way.
You can go visit her right now, and she'll tell you that Monday I'm going to go start back to work. Said I need to get back in the business. And
It's in her.
It's in her. I mean, this is part of her life still.
Well, she brought the community together, and she brought the best out in people.
She was involved and a leader in everything. She was a pioneer, really. She was the first woman commissioner. She was the first woman on the board of a bank in this area. She was, you know, had so many firsts as a woman. She was a pioneer as a woman and as a leader for the Navarre community, but she was actively involved in all aspects of its growth.
Well respected.
Yeah. The First Lady of Navarre.
Absolutely. In every way.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a woman, I am inspired by her leadership and honored to stand here as chairman in a position that she once held. Tonight, we present the Lifetime Achievement Award to Ira Mae Bruce. Please welcome to the stage to accept this award on her behalf, her family, her husband, Gaius Bruce, her son, Matt Hewatt, and her business partner and longtime friend, Phil Babiak.
But I would like to say to Ira Mae's family, thank her personally for giving me all the hard work she did, because it's way easier for me. She laid the groundwork for a beautiful part of Navarre and the city of Navarre. And I'm going to do my best to keep on improving it in her honor, because she truly did make this a community.